Hello, true art believers, and welcome to tonight's live art stream. This is Pierson here. I am the number one live art streamer in the world, and you are watching 500 Days of Drawing, and it is day one. Oh, no, no, 100. No way. 407. Oh, man. Each day I do want to do this. It's kind of astounding that I've kept it up, though there's even though there's sometimes like lots of doubt that arises from myself internally about whether or not I should do something like this and whether or not it's my time is being spent wisely. I'm not quite sure on that. I think there is some benefit and some utility in it. But anyways, let's begin today's grid drawing, shall we? All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to work on this grid, this drawing here, make sure that I got my right brush, which is the soft round, and we're just going to work on it, a very, very simple process. Where am I? I'm going to zoom in slowly like this and zoom in slowly. And this, I'm assuming this is the area that I'm in right now. Um, Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? How's your Saturday? I hope your Saturdays don't going well. Mine is going, it's going okay, considering the fact that I should be in bed. Usually, actually, I always say that. I always say that I should be in bed, but it never happens. Like I never get to that bed time. Like I never am able to get to the like I think the perfect day for me would be, what would your perfect day be actually? Like what's the best time for you to go to bed? Because I think for me, like 8:39 would be like a great time for me to kind of just crash. That's just what I feel like. Um, I don't get that because I'm actually still at work, and it's kind of like a frustrating thing, right? Where you struggle. No, I don't struggle, but like your work literally impedes on your ability to get the proper sleep that you want. Um, and I think like someone asked me at work today, like, how many hours of sleep did you get today? And I said, five. Like I get about five all the time. Tomorrow I might get a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. I might, if I don't get more, I'll definitely get a nap in, right? Um, but I don't have a stable sleep schedule. And that's frustrating. I think a lot of people in America don't get a good night's sleep. And there's got to be there's got to be it's got to be frustrating. It's got to be terrible, for those people. Like I can understand why uh, like there's it's not agonizing, but definitely like having lack of sleep, you're irritable, your ability to regulate emotions, like you just can't, you're just frustrated all the time, like you just can't seem to get happy. I don't know. Not that I'm not saying that I'm not happy, but I'm definitely, oh man, I got this new computer chair, and it's like a just like taking up so much space. Like I literally have no space in this office area. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I digress. Um, yeah, so I'm working on a grid drawing. As you can see, it's just a slow process. The grid, the only part that I'm doing the grid in it is just the dress. And then once the dress is done, I'm gonna go ahead and do everything not by grid, but I am gonna use references from the photo. I don't know why I chose to do the grid on the dress. It's definitely slowing down the process quite a bit. Like it's taking forever to do this, and I'm sure there's better ways of going about it. I just don't know. of what ways I need to be pursuing this drawing, But yeah, if you have like, what is your sleep schedule like? What do you have a good sleep schedule? I hear that being consistent is a good like is really what you need to have. Like you need to go to bed, whatever it is, whatever time you go to bed, like whatever time you wake up, you gotta consistently wake up at that time, even if you're tired, even if you went to bed really late. I hear that that's like a good thing, regardless of like how like much rest you get. Waking up at the same time every day is really supposed to be um, it's supposed to help you because like your body becomes it gets like predictive programmed, like your body gets programmed into knowing, okay, this is when I get up. uh, I better take use of how much time I have available, how much rest I'm going to get this in this time frame, et cetera, et cetera. But I think that's one key thing that you need is like to go to bed consistently at the same time and wake up consistently at the same time. I don't, I don't, I only time I don't consistently go to bed at the same time because unfortunately my work, the work, like my work, uh, I don't get home at the same time each day. I could get home at 9:30. I can get home at 12:30. It all depends on like how busy like how busy the bar is. So I'm constantly like just bouncing back and forth between like sleep schedules. It's very difficult to like get some sort of normalcy. And I think your body really demands like consistency, even though like a lot of us try to be as inconsistent with their as inconsistent with their like schedule as possible. Like I know like people um are not really, I think people aren't programmed or trained. They haven't got the experience on how to maintain like a schedule. And I've fallen victim to that too. Like I wasn't like, it's not like anyone taught me how to use this calendar or how to effectively manage your time. No one like my parents never did that. Like it was never a thing, you know. And I actually, it's funny. Like I actually get teased um, about it. Like I was like a brunt of a joke because I was a they used me as a joke. They kind of joked with me. Like they made fun of me. I got made fun of or teased. I don't even care, right? Like I got kind of teased because they're like, remember that time that you had to schedule everything so that you can hang out with us or see us. And like the reason why is because if you know that you're going to be seeing someone, you honor that. But like if you just kind of like treat the day like it's vacation, you know, you're going to squander it. And I think there's a reason why I was scheduling those things. It's because when you schedule those things, they become precious, you know, and that's why I was very fond of scheduling time and blocking out time for family and friends because it's important. And also it becomes it becomes a solid thing. Like you solidify that date, as opposed to just kind of like, I might want to hang out with you that day, you know. And I suppose that the older you get, the more you want to kind of schedule your day. But then again, I know friends that don't schedule their day. They just say that they're busy, and they can't tell me what they're going to be doing from one moment to the next. So, like when someone says they're busy and they can't tell me what they're going to be doing from one moment to the next, they're just they're they're just being busy to being to be is just like was it like busy with their business or like busy with the there's a quote that I heard that had to do with like just um like you're busy but you're not busy. I don't know. You're just like I don't know. It's not it's I can't explain it. Um it's getting kind of late. Actually, it is late for me. So because it's getting late, like the my ability to like just like articulate thoughts just becomes very difficult. And also being on a live doing a live stream really kind of throws you in a position that it's very difficult to kind of like just to just comprehend complex thoughts or to establish or to kind of discuss complex thinking. And I'm not even saying this stuff's complex thinking, but like when you're trying to navigate through like these ideas of just any idea, really, it doesn't have to be like what I'm talking about. Like what I'm talking about is scheduling your day, but like anything, you need to. It takes a little bit of like kind of like verbal diarrhea where you just have to go through a series of words to come to a statement that you feel is a very strong statement about whatever you're explaining. But yeah, I don't I'm not able to maintain a set sleep schedule because of the of work. And so it becomes very hard. So what I have to do is I have to kind of maintain a fairly consistent morning, wake up in the morning. And I falter. I falter a lot. Like today, I didn't falter today in my waking up in the morning, but I did falter with my plan of doing this live stream earlier in the afternoon and exercising afterwards. It was just so nice out that I wanted to spend time with spend time with my kid, right? And I wanted to do that because oh, once summer hits, it's going to get really hot, and it's not going to be very fun to go outside. It's not be enjoyable. Like today was a nice day. It was sunny. It was cool, right? And I decided to kind of make my schedule a little bit more pliable and work and yeah, just make it more pliable, really. Um, yeah, this all these tones are kind of off. Like everything's off here. I'm not too worried about it though. It's kind of is what it is, right? All right, here, kind of add some stuff right here. So I'm just kind of playing around with these tones here, and if I get it kind of close, like you can kind of see that I'm mimicking the shapes, not perfectly. I'm actually quite off. I'm off a lot, but I don't want to spend too much time on these areas because I've already invested quite a bit of time on this. I'll be happy to get this done in 3 months. Uh, I wish I would like to allocate more time on it, but like right now, my schedule is kind of not it doesn't allow for me to have um some of those that like that nice chunks of free time. And deep down inside it really does make me quite sad. Like I get a little bit sad when I think about it. Like I'll be doing something and I'll see like something or I'll see some artwork and it just reminds me of like I want to make some art, and I get a little bit like depressed because I know that I just don't have the time to work on it. That's why I don't do new art projects, because I don't even have time to finish the projects that I'm doing right now. And I want to do some new things, but I can't do the new things until I finish the things that I've kind of decided to work on now. And so I get really sad. Like I can't explain it. Like melancholy, melancholic, if that is even a word. I don't know if you can put the C at the end, right? I get a little bit of melancholy, and I just get really, really bummed out because uh, I want to be able to sit down and draw. I hate to say I hate to say it, but there are. I always talked about against this in the past, where you're not always going to be in the mood to draw or to paint. You just do it regardless of how you feel. Like right now, I'm not really in the mood to paint or draw or do any work digitally. I'm more in the mood of like just crashing and going to bed because my eyes are like I'm like half open really. And But like there's times when I'm really inspired and motivated, and it's always at a time where I don't have the ability to draw, to create anything. And it's very sad. It's sad to be able to not be able to just sit down and do interesting projects or interesting art projects. Like I'd love to be able to do like 40-hour grid drawings. I would love to be able to sit down. I love pen and ink drawings. Pen and ink grid drawings, that's my thing, man. I'd love to do that. I'd love to paint hamburgers. I don't have time to paint hamburgers. I don't even have the space, you know? So I do get inspired, but like there's these I just don't have that free time to do it, and it's very it's like disheartening, I guess, that you don't aren't able to do that, right? And that's why I talk about this to anyone that like is younger. Like if you're younger, man, and you want to draw and you want to learn these things, do it, man, because when you get older, it gets harder and harder and harder to 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 do those true passions. And if you do it earlier, the higher probability that you're going to get successful in it, you know, because companies and people love seeing uh, young people with a high level of skill. They don't really like seeing older people with like skill. They're just like, oh yeah, you're older, so you've spent a lot of time doing that thing, right? You know. Um, but anyways, it's really boring. Boring. It's boring process, man. Doing grid drawing is really boring. That's all it is. It's just a boring, slow process. It's not fun. Actually, I think I'm really off. I don't even really have any transitional tones here. I'm just kind of like doing what I'm doing here. And then, man, wow, I'm sleepy. This is rough. But yeah, that's why if you're younger, man, just go ahead and do it. Just draw, paint, paint, paint. Uh, do digital artwork, whatever it is. Research, study, practice, practice, practice. Um, because if you're older, it's harder. Because let's say that you're older and you want to learn how to draw. Well, if you're older, you want to learn how to draw. Well, how do you do that? Well, you have to find time for that time to learn how to draw. Well, uh, the average person is going to be working 40 hours a week, so you have to learn how to draw outside of work, and then you also have to do all the other things that are synonymous with being an adult and a grown up, right? Like paying bills, doing groceries, cleaning the house. You know, if you have family, the kids, taking care of the kids, taking them to wherever they need to be taken to. Like if they have to go to like do if they're doing sports. You got to do all that stuff, and then outside of that, that's when you have to learn. You get time to learn or do that thing that you want to learn you know so like you have like younger people, man, they got a gift, and I think no like I don't think parents teach that to invest their time wisely, you know because you just don't know. And I don't think a lot of parents like grown-ups know that too. Like I don't think a lot of parents or grown-ups really think about it until like they're really getting up there in age and are really concerned about free time or like their time on this earth, right? Um, and it's interesting, man. Like it's all interesting. I find time time scheduling, time management very fascinating. And I find it very fascinating how we invest our time, or how people don't even think about how they're spending their time. Like they don't think at um, what they're doing with their what they're doing with their time. They don't think of it as a waste of time. It, like I guess they do. Some people do. Like if they went out to the bar one night and they spent a lot of money, and then they woke up hungover, and they're like, "Oh, why did I waste all? Why did I do that all? Why did I blow that night doing that? Just for like a a, a brief state, like a brief state of like sedation, I guess." Um, Yeah, but it's always very interesting to me how we expend or we cash out our time. And I think a way to analogy would be is if people had 24 bucks and each buck stood for an hour of their time, how would they cash their time in? Like would you spend it on sleep? Yes, yes, please. I would spend $8 every day, eight of my $8 out of my $24 every day if I can get 8 hours sleep. And um, you know, people don't think about this. Like you got to eat, so let's just assume that some people take an hour lunch, breakfast, and dinner because usually you have to assume that you're going to be preparing it unless you're not preparing it. If you're just using like cereal, let's just say that your breakfast, lunch, and dinner is 30 minutes apiece because you're not preparing it, but you have to consume it, and there's a little bit of either there's a small bit of prep work or there's a lot of bit of prep work um, throughout that is involved with that process, But I'm very fascinated by it. Uh, I think the reason why is because I have so limited amounts of free time now, and now because of that, like I have such a limited amount of free time. I look at it in a different lens now, and how I kind of like look at it as like, oh my gosh, I wasted so much of my like hours playing Destiny on Xbox, and I was like, I don't necessarily regret it, but I do have to say that it wasn't like constructive. I didn't become a better person from doing that, and I think people feel like I think a lot of people are not as happy as they're portraying. There's a reason why a lot of us are investing our time watching, not like not willing unwillingly, but like or unknowingly. Maybe they're unknowingly investing their time in social media because it gives them like it makes them feel good. It gives them the like the happy chemical, like it makes them feel good. But like they're gonna like years later, they're not gonna feel so good because they're gonna see that they squandered some of their hours on that, some of their time, and it's just so interesting. Um, and I don't know, man. I just find it very fascinating, and I have I'm very intrigued by how people spend their time and how and I think a lot of people have a lot of goals that they're really fearful of like pursuing. They're worried what people are going to think of them. As I said, I got teased by my own family members because I told them that I had to schedule them in my planner. And because I just want to say like they made it tease me for that, but like it just shows them. I just wanted to say like, listen, I think you guys are so important in my life that I'm willing to put you in my calendar and make you a part of my schedule, you know. And everyone, you could think that that's like, oh well, lucky me. Like someone would be like, oh, lucky me that you would do such a thing. Like, yeah, lucky because We gotta. I think we don't have a long time on this planet, right? Like we have a very finite amount of time, and uh, a lot of it's done working, you know, and a lot of it's done sleeping. You spend a lot of your time in bed, unconscious, right? There's a lot of time being squandered on things that are just automatic, like sleeping, eating, going to the bathroom, right? Going number 1 and number 2, right? Like you don't that like that's just time that's automatically taken out of your day. Like you can't do anything about that. That's just already factored in. Like you can't control how fast you're going to go to the bathroom. Like you can, I guess you could try your best. Like if you have to go to potty, right? You could like squeeze it out harder, I guess. Like get out fast. I don't know, but you probably cause some damage to like if you did that. Um, I don't know. I think I could have managed my day a little bit better today. I was pretty good until about after lunch. After lunch, I went to the post office, did a few things at the post office, but after lunch, I had planned on doing my live stream and then working out, but I was worried that if I did that, I wouldn't be able to spend time with my kid, right? I wouldn't I worried that I wasn't going to be able to spend very quality time with them, right? And I was really concerned that that would be a big case, a big issue, and so I decided to not do my live and do it. And I said I'll do it late at night, like I'm doing right now, and I can do it, right? As you can see, I'm doing the live, but like it's not my it's not my choice. Like it's not my number one preference to do a live stream so late at night, especially because I'm going to wake up at 5 tomorrow. And that if you wake up at 5 tomorrow, right? Like, yeah, like, um, especially because of that. And because of that, it's going to be I'm not going to get I'm not going to get a good amount of sleep, right? It's going to be a very, very, very like, um, it's going to be a very weak sleep schedule. But I'm here and I'm still chugging along. But when I was at work today, I knew that I was gonna do this live stream, and I was like, you know what? So I started chugging coffee, and okay, why do I have that circle on my screen? Why do I have that circle on my screen? Look at that circle. It's still there. Is it there? I can't tell. I don't know how I got that circle there, but it's there. But yeah, I just find it all fascinating, and I just wish I'm like reminiscing, about back in the day, like back when I was younger, I partied too much, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I'd not partied or went out, you know, to bars on the weekends with my friends. I enjoyed it. It was fun. It was good to spend time with them, but I don't think it was in my best interest in the whole scheme of things. Like it wasn't. I don't think it was a good idea to do that because I just don't think it was like a positive thing. Like I didn't really benefit from doing those from staying up late and going out, other than the fact that I got to spend time with my friends. It and I was no benefit. Like my bank account suffered, right? My bank account suffered. I didn't grow as an individual. I didn't become a better person going out. You know, it was just it was like again, like I felt like maybe I should have applied myself if I had applied myself in a different manner. And again, these I don't think these things are really taught. These things are like taught to you as a kid. You know, you kind of learn them. You kind of get like they just kind of you just through trial and error and through wisdom and getting like some wisdom through and some life experience. You know, I just wish that that was like a thing that people taught or parents would teach that thing. That I feel like parents. It's really weird. Like parents, a lot of parents don't want to tell you like, or maybe they do tell you, but you just don't listen. It might be a little bit of both, right? Where I feel like they don't want to tell you like important life advice because they want you to experience it. And I'm like, wait a second, that's not fair. Like you're here to kind of set us up so that we um, fare as good or better than you, right? You want us to give us the best possible advantage in life. So it'd be in your best interest to tell us some of those shortcuts, right? I think I'm done for the day. I did okay. I don't really like all of this. I might come back and kind of tweak up things a little bit, but I don't. As I said, I don't really care if it's off. I just care that if it's. I just want it kind of similar. Like these look kind of similar. This looks kind of similar. Like the tones are a little off, right? I could definitely like tone it down a bit, but they're kind of similar. There's not like like they're not verbatim. It's not like I'm copying it verbatim, and it's not like it looks. It's not perfect, right? There's definitely nuances that I'm leaving out here. But yeah, I got to get going. It's late. Um, Zoom out in here and it's gonna save it. But anyways, I hope you learned something, or maybe there's some kernels of like some like truth bombs in here that might resonate with you. You know, all I can say is one of the biggest things that you can do is just start a get buy a calendar or buy a planner or use Google. Like you can use Google Calendar or like whatever like online. There's calendars that you can use for free or email programs that have it, and start a schedule and just be consistent with it because those things start to add up through time. And I think that's a valuable thing. Is the valuable thing in life is to maintain a healthy schedule. Anyways, that is it for the day. I got to get going. It's pretty late. I hope you enjoyed today's live art stream, and maybe there's some things in there that you maybe you learned a little bit along the way. I must get going. Tomorrow is going to be Sunday, so I'm going to be doing a cactus. Um, I do a cactus every Sunday, with or without a mustache. We will see. It all depends on how I feel and how I feel and if I'm making good time with my drawing. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. This is Pierson. Cheers.